Hey, it's Dr. Karras from Karras Health and Chiropractic and drkarras.com, and today I'm going to be going over a few simple sleep tips. A lot of people have a hard time getting a good night's sleep, and also, especially during the winter, have a hard time waking up in the morning because their room's cool and they just don't want to get out of their bed because it's so comfy, and they would just rather lay there all day. Now, one of the biggest things that people do is they want to go out and they want to lose weight, they want to get in better shape, they want to have more energy. And if they're doing everything right, if they're exercising properly, if they're eating healthy, and they're doing all the different aspects right, but they're not getting a good night's sleep, then they're just not going to lose weight. Getting a good night's sleep is one of the most crucial things that you can do before you go on to get healthier. And it's very, very crucial. Now, our bodies are in a huge correlation with the sun. When the sun comes up in the morning, we should be up and moving around. When the sun goes down at night, we should be getting ready for bed, and our body should be prepared for bed. And the hormones in our body actually show this. As you get ready for bed, the amount of melatonin is going to go up, and the amount of cortisol, which is your stress hormone, which is elevated all throughout the day, is actually going to go down. Now, at night, what happens is a lot of people, they sit in front of a computer or a TV until the time right before they go to bed, and then they'll lay there for about an hour or 2 hours, and they just have a hard time falling asleep. So what I'm going to do is go through a few simple and easy tips on how to prepare yourself for sleep, and then once you go to bed and you get a good night's sleep, how to wake up the next morning a little bit easier. So I have a few examples here, and what I'll do is I'll go through one by one. So the first one is just having a simple sleep mask. Now you want one that has a cup for the eyes, so it's not putting pressure on your eyes as you go to bed. But a sleep mask can be very good and beneficial if you have a lot of lights in your room, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But the thing is, with even if you wear a sleep mask, if you have a lot of light in your room, your skin can actually sense the different amounts of light that are in your room. So even though you're actually covering up your eyes and you can't visually see the light, if your skin is sensing that there's light in the room, it can actually alter the amount of hormones that are in your body. And your cortisol levels will stay higher, and your melatonin levels will stay lower. What we want is higher melatonin levels, because that allows you to get into a deeper sleep, and you get a longer night's sleep, and you do a lot more healing. Now, one of the big things with sleep is that our bodies heal during sleep. We have physical repair and mental repair. In general, the amount of sleep that you need throughout the seasons change. Throughout the summer, it's going to be a shorter amount of sleep that you need because the days are just longer. And during the winter, you're going to need a little bit more sleep. So some people could function off 6 hours of sleep in the summer, and then that same person might need about 8 hours of sleep during the winter. So you need to see how you function off the different amounts of sleep. But one of the big things is you need to get rid of all the light that's in your room. So this is actually a blackout shade. Now this, what we do is, in the shades in our bedroom, we got these ones. You can pick these up from any fabric store. They should have the blackout shades, and they're pretty inexpensive. But what you do is you put this on the back side of your curtain. There's actually something that you can use. If you know how to sew, more power to you. What we did is we picked up some stuff. It's called witch stitch, and you cut this out to fit the back of your curtain, and then you lay it on top of it. And you put the witch stitch on it, and then basically all you do is you iron it on. So this goes and it helps to block out almost all the light that's coming into your bedroom. And then also in the winter, if you live in a colder area, what it does is it also keeps the cold out and keeps the heat in. So it has, dual benefits when you do it like that. So this is a very good thing. I would recommend going and getting this and putting it on the back side of your shades and using it. It really will make a huge difference in the amount of light that's coming into your room. If you live in the country and you don't have that much light coming in your room, you can still use it to block out the cold air and keep the warm air in. But a lot of people who live in the city, in our backyard, we have a light that's over our garage, and that can shine into our room. So we use this, and it really blocks out a whole lot of that light. Now that's a really good thing to use. Now I have a few different things here. Right here I have an example. This is just a general clock, and I'll talk about the benefit of this clock as well. And this clock, all clocks have the numbers on there, so you're going to have the numbers on there that tells you the time. Those typically can be very bright, and that'll light up the whole room. If you put a blind on the blackout curtain on your blinds and your shades, this is going to make your whole room seem brighter because the light coming from the clock will just be very bright. So what you can do is you can simply take a piece of duct tape, put it over that, and then block out that. And then it'll really make your room a lot darker. If you need to put 2 pieces on there because it's so bright, then that can be a huge added benefit. So the first thing is just get rid of all the light in your room. If you have a VCR or a TV that has a blinking light, get rid of those lights, put tape over them. If you need to block out external light that's coming in, if you want to use a face mask, you can do that too. But the first thing is just to get your room as dark as you possibly can, to the point where you almost can't even see your hand when it's in front of your face. So whether it's duct tape over the clock or these, that's the first stage. When you do that, you also want to make sure you're getting to bed at a good time. If you're going to bed at 1 or 2 in the morning, you're just not going to be getting a good night's sleep. So ideally, I'd like people to try to be getting ready for bed by at least 10 o'clock. Shut down your computers and your laptops about an hour earlier, and you can use candles or dim lights. And then about 10 o'clock, get in bed and try to go to sleep. Make sure you have all the lights out of your room. Now the second thing is, once you get a good night's sleep, you want to wake up very easily and naturally in the morning. There's a few different things that you can do. And one of the big things is, we absolutely love this. This is the Soleil Sun Alarm Clock. Now, we first got this and it was a little bit expensive. I think we paid about $70 for it. And it seemed like a lot of money, but once we actually started using it, we would do it all over again, and it's well worth the amount of money that you pay for it. So what this actually does is it has two features. It has a sun down feature and a sun up feature. If you want to get in your bed, let's say you get in bed at 9:30, you can set it for an hour sun down feature. So from 9:30 to 10:30, it'll start out bright and it'll dim for that next hour. So that's a very cool feature for sundown. We don't use that very frequently because we just turn lamps on and candles on usually the last hour of night anyways. Then when you wake up in the morning, this is the coolest feature, is that it gradually starts very, very lightly, and then it gets brighter and brighter. And you can set it over a half an hour period, over an hour period. So it's basically simulating the sun coming up. And after we use this for about a week, we didn't even need an alarm clock. We still use an alarm clock because I like to listen to the radio in the morning and all that. But I can wake up pretty much every single day with just this. So it's very, very cool. And all it does is it gradually gets brighter and brighter, and then you're going to wake up. So it's very cool, and it's a very stress-free way to wake up in the morning. Now another thing that we have is, it's called the clock. C-L-O-K is what this one's called. And the cool thing about this one is that the radio starts out quiet, and it gets a little bit louder and louder as it goes. So it doesn't just come on, and you know it's at the highest level, and it just wakes you up from a dead sleep. And that's very stressful for you. You want to wake up very easily and gradually, because you'll have a lot better day if you do that than if you're waking up instantly from bright lights and the loud alarm clock. So this one starts out very quietly, and it gets louder and louder as it goes. So this is a cool thing, and that's just C-L-O-K, and that's one of the things that we use as well, along with the duct tape on there. And then this one, like I said, is the Soleil Sun Alarm. I think the website is just Soleil Sun Alarm, and like I said, probably about $70 to $80 you can pick these up for. I saw on their website they actually have refurbished ones for $45, so if you're interested in getting one of those, I would definitely pick up one of those. They're $45 right now. I'm sure the prices always change. So those are two things that we use in the morning to wake up. The next one is, it's a heater. So when you sleep at night, you want to sleep with the temperature under 70 degrees. So in the winter, that's very easy to do. We usually probably have our room about 65 degrees. Anytime the temperature's above 70 degrees, your hormones aren't going to be regulated properly. So you want to work on sleeping under 70 degrees. Now in the winter, it makes it a lot harder to get out of bed. I know a lot of people don't want to get out of bed because they're so nice and warm in their bed. But this heater, so what we do is, when we wake up in the morning, all you do is you roll over. It has a remote that goes along with it. You just roll over, you turn the heater on, and essentially 15-20 minutes, it'll heat the room up to whatever temperature you set this to. So it could be 70 degrees, it could be 75 degrees, and it makes it very, very easy to get out of bed. So there's a specific protocol that you can use to make sleeping a lot easier, and then once you actually get to sleep, making waking up a lot easier. Now all these things, it seems like a little much, but once you start to do it, it doesn't cost that much money. I mean, you're going to pay some money for the alarm clocks, but in the long run, it's very, very beneficial. Sleep has been shown to be one of the most powerful healers for your body, so you want to do as much as you can to, get the best night's sleep as possible. So look at all these different things. If you can incorporate even a couple of them into your lifestyle, I would encourage you to. And if you have any questions, just shoot me an email, post a comment in the section below, and let me know. And if you have any comments about any of the things that I'm doing here or any suggestions, then also let me know what really works for you to get to sleep and for you to wake up in the morning. So this is Dr. Karras from Karras Health and Chiropractic and drkarras.com. Thank you for watching.